right, here we go. We're using Smashbox primer water and spritzing that all over our faces. And now I'm picking up Eve Pearl's foundation as well as her fabulous duo-ended brush. Love this brush. You guys know I use this like every single day. And I'm just buffing that into one side of my face because the other side's done. And now I'm using Bye Bye Under Eyes by IT Cosmetics. This is such an amazing concealer. It hides everything. Like you could have the darkest dark circles and it hides it all. And I'm just pushing that into the skin. Now using Pure Cosmetics. This is in golden medium, and this is their pressed foundation. And I'm also placing that in with my IT Cosmetics Heavenly Skin brush. I put a little bit of Hoola bronzer, just a tiny bit, nowhere else, just a little bit on the cheekbone and then down the nose. This brush is by Luxie, and I love this brush for contouring my nose. It's so good. And yeah, we have to have a cute nose even though we're a Moonchild. And then now I'm taking a little bit of RCMA's No Color Colorless Powder and just go ahead and bake away. I just used my beauty blender to bake underneath my cheekbone, and then I set that set a couple minutes, and then I went ahead and brushed it off. Now, this is kind of what I was inspired by, the Moonchild palette from Anastasia. I'm picking up the Purple Horseshoe, Pink Heart, as well as the color Star. We're starting with Purple Horseshoe because that's the darkest of the color, and that's kind of going to be like our blush, sort of. And then I went ahead on the forehead and started to just make it all kind of cohesive and round. And then I took Pink Heart and put that a little bit higher, and then very at the tip of everything right here, as you can see, that really brightness, that's the color Star, and I wanted to really pop right also above the eyebrow. Now I'm picking up Glitter Injections glitter highlighters, and this one is in Tropical Smoothie. I love these glitters. Like, they're such a different texture, and they're so perfect for using something like this. I'm picking up the Morphe K palette, and I'm using basically all that black one all the way over all of those charcoal shades. So first I took a little tiny bit of that bronzer, the Hoola bronzer, and just gave a little bit of a wash of color just to make it easier while we transition all of this smokiness. I took the charcoal color, and now I'm just packing it on. It's really important when you do a smoky eye to first pack it on so you get that color saturation, and then with a different brush you're going to start blending it out, as I'm doing right now. That's going to help everything make it very dark and concentrated. And it's also important too to go back. Like, don't feel like, oh, I just washed it away. No, go ahead and go back, add a little bit more color. As you can see, I'm doing here just a tiny bit up so it has a nice transition. And now I'm spritzing a little bit more of that Smashbox onto my brush, and I'm using the color Stellar, and this is by Dose of Colors. This is their Eyedeal duo, and this works perfectly. I've never actually done this before. I used it with the Smashbox primer water, and it just stuck. I can't believe it. It worked so amazingly well. There is another end on the Dose of Color. It has like a cream shadow, but I didn't really want to use it. I just wanted to use the other side, so that worked really well. And look how, oh, I love that color. It's so gorgeous. This is Wet n Wild Mega Eyeliner, and this is in the color Trim the Lace, or Trim with Lace. And now I'm just creating these little stars. So the best way to do this is kind of make the point up and then down, kind of like you're making a star, and then right in the middle of it, it becomes a little bit thicker. I was just looking at like different reference photos of just different shapes of stars. So it's kind of important to not make them all look the same, because I don't know, I feel like it's less organic looking. And then I just took, I love this product, this Wet n Wild product. Just took little dots all over just to make it look a little bit more starry. Now I'm using Milk Jumbo Eye Pencil by NYX, and I'm also placing a little bit of Dose of Color Frozen on top of that, as well as some dots. And here just put a little bit of crayon in my waterline and I'm smoking it out a little bit on the outer V, like not so much an eyeliner, but just sort of makes it all cohesive. And now I'm picking up Pure Cosmetics Fully Charged Mascara, as well as some Iris Beauty lashes, and I place those off cameras. Now I'm using Baby Tears. This is also by Glitter Injections, and this is a more blue tone. I'm just kind of putting it all over the stars. I just wanted to spark a little bit more. Here I'm picking up Ben Nye this is in skeleton white, I believe, and this is like a face paint type of thing. They're amazing. And you could pick these up at frendsbeauty. I'll leave the link down below. And I just started to create all of these little circles, like kind of like little baby moons. I wasn't really going for that at first, but then I was like, oh yeah, this would work. And I'm just starting to shade. So you want one side to be very light and the other side just have a little bit of charcoal. That's all from the Morphe 35K palette as well. Then I created this little like upside down moon situation, and just a little dot here and another little dot. Now I'm picking up Smashbox Always On liquid lipstick, and this is in the color Chill Zone. And just go ahead and, you know, put the lipstick on. No instructions needed. And this is the fun part. I really like the way that this came out. So now I'm creating a moon kind of figure on my neck. So I started out with the face paint again, and I just kind of traced out where I wanted it, filled it in somewhat. And then again, I just looked in a reference picture and to see kind of how a moon would look and the shading aspect of it. So I took a little bit of that first color I showed you and I did a little bit shading on the outside just so it doesn't look flat. And then I took a little bit of charcoal, same thing with the eyes, and then a little bit darker charcoal. One side of the moon I wanted to look kind of like eclipsed a little bit, so I made it a little bit darker. And just go ahead and go back and forth with this and just, yeah, it kind of comes together. I thought it looked really cool. And I did take a little bit of the Moonchild palette from Anastasia, and I just wanted it to kind of blend together so it didn't look like it was just this one thing on my neck. And I put a little bit of the sparkles as well, and I drew in some stars with the Wet n Wild Mega Liner. All right, guys, that's all for today. These are so much fun. I wish October was like a couple of months, like this sort of season, because I love doing these Halloween tutorials for you. Let me know if you guys enjoy watching them as much as I love creating them for you. And yeah, that is it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. All of the links will be down below, as well as some coupon codes for like the wig and whatnot. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.